who experienced all kinds of success last year. Malte Gustafsson starts out with a pass to center. Should be picked up in American territory. Sweden skated around. Elton Hermansson plays this down low behind the net. Mayer skates after it in the corner. Back around the boards it comes. Loose puck is picked up by Jack Hextall. This is the line of the game for the United States against Slovakia. Hextall, Klepov, and Zelensky. And here they go again. Klepov off the backhand with the first test for Nilsson. That's off the pad, and the United States look to work this cycle. It's quickly broken up by Oscar Holmertz.
To the post, but he does a nice job sliding across, blocking it.
Gustafsson turns this back behind the net. And an errant pass goes
for the Swedes. A different story. A 10-0 win against Germany. That would have had more of the feel of a controlled scrimmage. So the intensity level has been higher for the U.S. already. They flicked that switch quicker than the Swedes would have had to.
Sweden back in their own zone. Malte Gustafsson throws it up the boards. Pass comes over to Mayer. Swept through center by Holmertz to Hermansson. Back to Holmertz. And he's put it off the post. Got that one through Smith, but right off the goal post. As Sweden with their best chance of the game. They'll have to go back to their own.
Is going to put theirs right through Keenan Smith. Between the legs, but hits the post. That's a half an inch to the left. That's going off the post and in. Thinks he has the goal.
Passing off. USA to center. This is broken up by Sweden. Hermansson skates in over the line. It's quickly knocked away. Now Holmertz plays it in. Hermansson and Meyer for Sweden. Broken up by the United States. Salandra took some contact from behind. He'll flip this out through center. Calder Varga is on it. Pass is broken up. Powered out to center by Hjalmar Siltha. Now Will McLaughlin turns around in the neutral zone. Spots Puckner on the wing. Steered around the boards. For this USA power play.
The first power play unit got settled in and tried to make some plays in the zone. Second unit tries making some plays on the fly.
This is broken up at center by the Swedes. In they come. Holmertz. Smith sprawls out to turn him aside. Now Hermansson's got it. He tries a wrister. That was blocked in front by Cade Meyer. And all the way down the ice it rolls.
Try and take up as much of the net as possible, but the puck gets turned over in the neutral zone, and then a really nice pass right under the stick of Meyer as this tries to get onto the stick of Holmertz, but connection on it.
Scrum off the face-off. Hermansson directs it back to the line, but it's cut off by Harvey and then given away as Hermansson scrambles back in over the line. Good stick from Gordon Carroll as Cade Meyer in a battle with Hermansson in the corner. Sweden take it away. The day in from the line. That's a tricky one for Smith, bouncing all over the place, but went wide of the net. Another shot. This one rattles wide. Now Ledan throws it.
2 penalties, 5 for fighting each, and continue playing 5-on-5. Not much of a fight though, Victor.
I would tend to agree with that, Frankie. Levi Harper under pressure in the corner. That's some help here from Nikita Klepov, who's out there with Zelensky and Hextall. He was right in front of the net. Blake Zelensky out in front, taken away. Steered back around the net as Sweden start the breakout. Next season, or this coming season, I should say, Junior hockey training camps are just around the corner. Talking weeks away here.
These players will have a head start on that for sure. And well, it's different for them. They have to be ready to play meaningful, intense games basically a month early than everyone else. So a little wrinkle in their summer training schedules.
Sweden up to center, looking for an answer back. Hermanson along the boards, shovels it down low. Cade Myers steps in front of Oscar Holmertz. But Sweden able to hold it in. Now directed off the boards and moved cross ice by Jackson Williams. That finds the mark, and shot attempt from Bogus does not get through clean. Nordmark, who is tangled up here with Cade Meyer.
It's a great defensive play by Cade Meyer. He's not the biggest guy, 5'9", 181 pounds, but he just goes right through the arms of the bigger Nordmark. Doesn't leave him any space to go anywhere, and then Nordmark, a little frustration afterwards, gets tangled up. If you close your hand on it, doesn't matter where it is, it's going to be a penalty. I appreciate the hustle, though, by Puckner. He's just doing what a good captain's supposed to do.
Spokesperson of the team.
Yeah, make the argument. What's the worst they're going to say? No?
Which is what they said. Sweden on the man advantage. They'll start ahead to center ice. Olofsson passes down the wing. Chance incoming, but the pass doesn't find Elton Hermanson as USA send it right back down the ice. Despite the fact Sweden defeated Germany 10-0, they did go 0 for 4 on the power play. Hermanson passes it over. Bouncing puck for Mayer. This is steered out to center ice by Puckner, and now on the penalty kill, shorthanded. This is thrown wide of the net. So USA right back to work into the attacking zone. This is caught by Mayer. Goes back behind the Swedish net. Here's Elton Hermanson. Up the center ice. That's juggled by Holmertz as he sends it back. And Noah Davidson goes after it. Davidson out of the corner. Drops it off to Beanstalk. Now Caden Harvey. Behind the net, Brooks Rogowski. Bogus from the point. Sends that one wide. Now Beanstalk. Back along the boards. Picked up by Ledane. Cannot get it out. Off the turnover. Rogowski in front with a drive. That's kicked away by Douglas Nilsson. Not sure Rogowski got all of that. A great chance nonetheless as Team Sweden dodge a bullet and have to go back deep into their own zone again.
There's another hard-working shift for the Americans. That's the recipe right now. Work on the wall. Be patient with an opportunity here to get back into this game a little bit more.
Cross ice feed settled down by Holmertz. Right into the slot. That's powered wide by Mayer as the United States clear the zone.
Now, the high bumper position causes teams some issues as far as who needs to flex out into that spot, and if you can use it effectively, there's some clean looks that you can get.
Carried in, another pass up the middle for Mayer. And again broken up by the United States, and they'll zip it down the ice. First to it is Williams. He's pickpocketed. And Elton Hermanson starts through center, in over the blue line, drops it back. Oscar Holmertz. Back to Hermanson. At the point, Olofsson. Now Holmertz for Olofsson. Gets it back from Hermanson. Broken up.
Oh, look out.
And almost a chance for Luke Puckner, but
Elifson blew a tire at the blue line.
No breakaway in the end.
Not truly indicative of him just being a 13th forward. He's more than that.
Here's Jack Hextall at center. He'll toss this in on the backhand. Cross ice feed intended for Hermanson. Chipped off the boards by Hextall, and the other way comes Zielinski. Setting that up across for Beanstalk. And the nets come off again.
The Swedes get another power play. Americans have done a really good job on the kill after giving up a power play goal early in the second period.
Hermanson crossing the line. And to slip past Cade Meyer. Now Isaacson passes it back. Over it comes for Holmertz. Holmertz cross ice up top. Elifson tries the wrister. Flies that one off the glass. Stripped away and cleared to the line, but not out. Elifson gets another stick on it to keep it in. Chance developing as this one's thrown wide of the net by Isak Holtet. Another centering attempt from Elton Hermanson doesn't get through. Behind the net. Mayer back to the point for Elifson. Meyer, he can't get that out. That's held in. Elifson. Back behind the net. Holmertz off to Hermanson. Up top. Shot scores. Bossy Mayer.
For the Swedes as the Americans left the door open, and some tired bodies for the Americans who weren't able to get this puck out, scrambled in front of the net and just trying to block something in front if you're Nick Bogus. Down and out. Smith trying to find this puck, but a perfectly placed shot by Mayer as he goes one knee down, picks the corner, and failed clearing attempts come back to bite the Americans. And the Swedes, who haven't had in the body afterwards, it's been noticeable throughout 2 games.
USA on the attack. The centering feed from Varga doesn't find the mark as we enter the final minute of play in period number 2. Shot from Malte Gustafsson is jammed up. Davidson throws it ahead. Now played in the rest of the way as Gustafsson moves it back over. This is picked off. Caden Harvey tried to center it. All the way to the end boards. Levi Harper is tied up with Elton Hermanson. Trying to dig it loose. It is taken away by Davidson. USA through center. Racing after it. Schaefer Gordon Carroll tried to center. That's off a leg. Holmertz. And just toss that out to the neutral zone, and that's going to Nordmark for Ledin. Tries a wrister. Caden Smith the save. Loose in front. Trying to jam it home. There's a backhander from Ledin. He launches it wide of the net. Now Elifson passes off. Nordmark passes back. Now from the line. Ledin. Cross ice feed just out of the reach of Holmertz, who reels it in. Quite a statement shift here to start the third period from Team Sweden.
Well, the Swedes start their top line. The Americans start their fourth line, looking for some energy to try and set the tone, and it's the Swedes who get the advantage in the first minute and a half.
There's Jackson Williams out there instead of Nolan Duskasy, we haven't seen since the shoulder, and we've got a
really nice individual effort by Elton Hermanson.
Brooks Rogowski through center. Now here he goes on a solo effort, but he ends up hitting the outside of the net.
This has been a better game for Brooks Rogowski. very noticeable away from the puck and with the puck.
Now Oscar Holmertz has that chopped away. Puckner gets it ahead for Rogowski. There he goes again, tried to move to the inside. And he had his stick lifted by Isaksson. And Sweden back the other way. Elton Hermanson. Taken away, ripped off the...
Now early in the third with a 1-goal lead over the Americans.
Goals just 29 seconds apart. Here they go again. Hermanson passes off. Shot is stopped.
Have come out with a lot of energy in the third period and found their legs.
Monte Gustafsson tied the game, and 29 seconds later, Mikael Kim gives Sweden the lead. As they center it out in front, there's a shot from Isaksson.
And the Americans will have to deal with that for 1 minute and 43 seconds on the penalty kill.
For what it's worth, they did not call the Gustafsson goal a power play goal. Came just after the man advantage expired. Sweden set it up with Hermanson. Back and forth. Hermanson up top. Elofsson works in. Shot stop, rebound, they score. Elton Hermanson off the rebound. And this will be a power play goal.
How potent they were on the power play. Took advantage of the special teams game.
Here's Nathan Beanstalk from the line, and that's bobbled by...
Half minutes to go. You get one, and you take your chances with the goaltender pulled.
Almost a turnover that resulted in a centering feed for Brooks Rogowski. Saw some sloppy play from the Swedes in the first period that resulted in some American chances.
Well, fair to say that the Swedes weren't ready for the intensity and the pace of the Americans in the first period, but with all the penalties, that really allowed the best players for Sweden. Everyone got their touches on the puck. Everyone got to start feeling good. As the goals started going in, the confidence grew for Sweden.
Kanan Smith throws it around the kick plate. Hermanson tries to center, couldn't get it through for Holmertz. And it's played down the ace by Joseph Salandra. USA on the attack. Almost broken up by Holmertz. Here is the shot. That one hit